Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲 ASMR. Today's video is my May wrap-up. These are all the books that I've read in May, and I want to apologize for what kind of a mess I look like. I just got up. It's pretty early for me. If you guys have been watching my vlogs, I've actually been kind of waking up earlier than, since I had my talk on the vlog, so anyway, these are in no particular order because I don't remember which order I read them in. And my Goodreads for some reason won't sort them. They'll do it alphabetized. It's really weird. So I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about them. Let me see which one I'm gonna grab first. I think I'm just gonna pull from the top. So probably most recent to the first one I read. I'm gonna try to do that if I can remember which order I read them. If I can't, I'm sorry. Anyways, I read Stephen King's The Outsider. This book was grade A, like, perfect to me. Not perfect, but like, I gave it 5 stars. A lot of people who I saw reviews were saying, oh, I'm giving it like if I gave it a 20 star, I would, but I think a 5 stars is good enough for me. I mean, it was wonderfully written. It was very different from his usual works. I'm really liking it. However, the ending seemed a bit rushed to me. I don't know, like it wasn't solid enough. Then it picked back up in the final chapter, but you can't ask for everything in a Stephen King book. So yeah, 5-star read The Outsider. Definitely check it out. Then I read from my uppercase box, The Way You Make Me Feel by 𝐬𝐮𝐩𝐸. This, I think I gave, let me find it. Okay, I gave it 4 stars. This book I really enjoyed. It was very cutesy. I thought it was going to be a middle grade based on the cover, but it was actually an adult. The characters in it were so dynamic, and they were constantly changing and evolving, and I really love that. I don't like characters that stay the same the whole time. I just don't like that. So, I mean, it's perfect for a summer cute read. It's nice, and 𝐬𝐮𝐩𝐸, I've never read anything by her before, and I'm definitely going to pick up some more of her work. So, The Way You Make Me Feel. And then, this next book I didn't read all the way in May. I've been kind of going on and off about it, mostly because it's not my favorite book of Stephen King's, but it's Sleeping Beauties. I received this, I want to say last September? No, October. I think it came out in September though. I got it on the release date. I pre-ordered it back in last summer and didn't come until the release date. I have been reading it since October, on and off, because it just was not the best book. I gave it a 3 stars. There were a lot of characters in this book, which was okay. I was to be able to keep up with them, but I just feel like I wasn't able to get attached to any of them, and it wasn't that great. And it may have been because it was co-written, I'm not sure. I mean, it seemed pretty political too. I don't like books that are completely political, It just wasn't my favorite by Stephen King. I'm definitely not going to reread it, so yeah. And then I read Murder in Mayberry, which I gave a 2-star rating, mostly because it was kind of repetitive. Not kind of, it was really repetitive. Every chapter was pretty much repeating what it said in the first few chapters of the book. So it just was not my cup of tea. I thought it was going to be great because murder in Kentucky, I love things like that, like just being able to look at mysteries and stuff that were real, but it was just not that great. I don't suggest picking this book up. And besides that, the woman who wrote it, she wasn't related to the woman who was murdered. She was I think, whatever it makes it, she was the nephew's wife, I think. So, like, she wasn't even related to the woman who was murdered. So, and that's just, whatever. It wasn't that great, so. And then I read Dumplin. This book, different change of tone. This book I gave 4 stars. because I'd never related to a character in the book completely, because I am a big girl and I never related to a character like that. There was never any characters. I mean, at one point I read Danielle Steele's Big Girl, but Danielle Steele is also a twig, and she always has been a twig. I don't think she can really understand what it means to be bullied for being big. And this book, this is wonderful. I can't say enough about it. It's just, I related to the character and I really enjoyed it, and it was very, how can I say, it really expanded on a lot of issues of not just being big, but of being a person in general, being kind, of having good moral, and I really, really enjoyed that. And I'm reading the sequel right now. It'll be on my May TBR, on my June TBR, but I'm reading Puddin' right now. This is just, oh my gosh, it was so good. So then I read a whole trilogy. Surprising. So let me grab them all here. So first I read Crank by Ellen Hopkins, and then Glass, and then Fallout. So the first and the third one I bought from Better World. Glass was a gift that I've already, I think it was 2 vlogs ago I got it. 2 weeks ago then. But I showed it off, and thank you so much to You Know Who You Are. Because I don't know if you guys want me to say your names. I don't know if that's like, you guys are okay with that, I hope. So I read all 3 of these. Let me just go ahead and get the overall ratings. The first one I gave a 5-star. So this one I gave a 5-star, and it was, basically this whole series is about a girl named Christina who is struggling with methamphetamine, and I have family members who have struggled with methamphetamine, and pills, and, I mean, I had a family member who she's still addicted, and we don't speak to her anymore. So I really related to the family of this book. So Crank, I gave 5 stars, and then Glass was the continuation of Christina Story. 4-star rating, because, I mean, some of it seemed a little bit long, which is fine, but it just wasn't as good as the first one. I guess nothing can really live up to the first one. I mean, the first one was just, I read it in a day. It was just so mind-blowing. I think it was a day I read it, maybe 2, but it was mind-blowing. And then I read Fallout. This one I also gave a 4-star. This one's actually from the point of view of Christina's kids, and it was just wonderful. However, there were some unanswered questions that I think could have been answered, and that's why I gave it a 4-star. So, great books. Again, like trigger warning for anyone who's like, you know, drugs. If that's a trigger for you, maybe not read these. Ellen Hopkins is a very triggering writer, I guess you'd say. She does write things that are very triggering. So, yeah, just be on the way of that. And I think this is the last book I read. I think so. I read 9. That's 3, 6. Yeah. Okay. So then I read Big Hero 6. This is the sequel to Big Hero 6, the first one. This is part 2 by Haruki Uno.